All right, I believe that concludes all of our open session items except for calendars. I'm getting some nods, so I didn't miss anything. Let's go ahead and start with Supervisor Green.
Thanks. Probably do a city council tonight. I have for tomorrow a Zoom for Lakeport shelter update, but I don't know if that's on your calendar. I see IFT on Thursday, but I don't remember seeing an agenda for that. On Friday, you hope to attend the discharge and the empanelment of the grand jury up on the 4th floor. I think that's in the afternoon for those interested. Monday, don't have an agenda yet, but Scotts Valley Community Advisory Council. And that's it. All right. Supervisor Simon?
Finished meeting today, and then I have informed my two committees, LAFCO and AVA, that due to the passing of a tribal member, I will not be attending those two committee meetings. I've also sent an email to Congressman Thompson. There was another meeting happening, letting him know that. So this week, just limited after today's meeting, and then I'll be back here on Tuesday for the board meeting.
Thank you very much. Supervisor Pyska?
I have a number of constituent meetings that I've got to get to in the next couple of weeks, so I'm scheduling those in my blank times. Tomorrow, I hope to have at least one tomorrow morning. I have the Wine Grape Wednesday at the Mercantile tomorrow night. And then on Thursday, I have a meeting with Congressman Thompson and the Cobb Area Council in the evening. And Friday, Tree Mortality Task Force, and then a meeting with John Ferreira at 11:30. And then Monday, I've got my meeting with CIO Parker, and then back on Tuesday.
Thank you very much. Vice Chair Crandall?
So tomorrow morning, North Shore Business Association. In the evening, West Region Town Hall. Thursday, Congressman Thompson meeting, Tango Mike in the evening. I have some meetings on Zoom with flock cameras, and then another potential, I guess you could say, group that I met with. I told you earlier I met with a group about the Airbnbs before, and so I've seen if I could probably circle around with that. But it's just for information, so I can have. But it's not anything I'll impose on staff because, like I said, they're working on it. CAO meeting Monday, and then I think I have a meeting in Blue Lakes. So back here Tuesday.
All right. Thank you very much. I unfortunately got home late last night at about 12:30. Unfortunately, also arrived landing with text messages about a fire nearby my home. I'm really happy to have the first responders that we have in our communities. Not only did they save the homes where the fire started, but the home up the hill, which got very close during the sulfur fire, was also saved and rather close on that hillside. So really happy about their efforts and what they continue to do to keep us safe. But because of that, I got home very late, and I want to put together a little package of information of all the stuff that I learned and participated in. I just came back from NACO's annual conference over in Tampa Bay. Appreciate staff helping me get there. Luckily, I will get reimbursed for the entire trip as the Economic Mobility Leadership Network that I'm a part of through NACO will be reimbursing that through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. But I'll come back next week with a little bit more of a in-depth summary of what was there. Granted, I only got to specific sessions and not all of them, but just a quick, brief summary. Sonoma County Supervisor James Gore is now the NACO president, and because of doing so, we have a lot of California representation in NACO throughout all of the committees. So I would suggest, and maybe I'll see if I can find a list and send them to staff, and staff can send them to all of the Board of Supervisors so that we know who to reach out to if we're looking for changes that need to happen at the federal level, or just connections and information that they may have access to that we don't. These are our colleagues throughout the state that are now in representative positions at the federal level, and NACO, similar to CSAC, is a powerful voice when it comes to federal policy and regulations. I was also approved and appointed as one of the vice chairs, which is like 1 out of 10, so it's not like I'm the vice chair. But I am a vice chair to the Health Steering Policy Committee that I've been a part of for the last year, and I'm happy to serve under the guidance of Phyllis Randall, who's out from Virginia, Loudoun County, I think it is. And she is an amazing person to work with, so I'm looking forward to that. And I will bring back information as I continue to work through that committee. I think that's my brief summary of what we did. California, when we did our voting, we voted for George Dunlap from North Carolina to be the second vice chair. On NACO, the first vice chair is JD, I don't want to say Chase, that's not the right last name.
I don't remember his name.
But it's JD, he's from Texas. And so we have some good representation, and looking forward to working with them as well. Always good to connect with different folks outside of the state, in recognizing that we all have very similar problems. If we want to talk housing, I think everyone wants to talk about housing. We want to talk about emergencies, everyone wants to talk about emergencies. So we're not alone here in Lake County at all, and I think that we have good people to reach out to, so we will connect. Tomorrow, I have a LAFCO meeting. I am starting off with a Lakeport Shelter meeting online. I'll only be able to stay for about 30 minutes, so we'll see. Then there's the AVA, which, if I'm correct, is being moved to Clear Lake?
I think so. Yeah.
So Lakeport will have LAFCO, and AVA will be in Clear Lake. And then later on,
No,
yeah.
But you're not,
no.
and you only need one?
Who's the alternate?
I am.
You are?
Yes.
Yeah, we could use you.
Okay, well, I didn't know if you needed one or two. I'll check later.
How about we always need a quorum, so as many people that can show up that can count for the quorum, the better. And then if my colleague, Vice Chair Crandall, doesn't mind, I'm going to tag along with Thomas DeWalt for PEG in order to help him out with some of the new technology that we have for the town hall. Is that this Wednesday? For the Western region?
Yeah.
Okay. And because I know we got the new, what's it called?
Starlink.
Starlink.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's some other issues that he's been trying to rectify as well that have come up. Anyways, I do also have a shelter meeting on Thursday, which will be with a different number of people than the one on Wednesday, discussing some concerns. There seems to be an IFT-only meeting that day as well. I'm looking at Supervisor Green.
I see it there, I can double check.
Okay.
I know we don't have EMCC. I know we don't have EMCC, so I'll check on that. I had not heard about the other shelter meeting, but I don't know if I was intended to be invited to that one, so.
Okay. Then there are multiple meetings after that, a couple of them with Congressman Thompson, the Law Library, and then a City Council meeting later that evening. I will see what I can do to come by. The grand jury, was that at 1:30?
Yeah, that's not-
Yeah. And then eventually going back to Clear Lake that evening, there will be a candlelight vigil for the loss of Jennifer Matheson over in Austin Park, and I'm going to go take part in that. On Monday, I'm meeting with the city of Clear Lake regarding PEG stuff, and then meeting with our CAO and preparing for our meeting on the 23rd. And with that, that concludes our open session.